Now, the first thing you should never do after going down with a woman is submit to her. Yes, my kings, you can find yourself subconsciously submitting to a woman after going down with her, especially if the going down was good. You can find yourself subconsciously wanting to do exactly what she wants you to do because you would want to go down with her again. You would want to have those feelings that you had, experience that pleasure, have that good time with her again. So subconsciously, you find yourself wanting to do every of her biddings, thereby submitting to her. So that is something you should definitely pay attention to, especially after a first time experience with a woman. Yes, with your own woman, it is not necessary for you to pay attention to that because you've known her for a while. The both of you have been doing your thing. So you should be able to, express yourself however you want to express yourself without being taken advantage of. But with a woman you are now getting to know, especially after the first time, like I mentioned, you should really pay attention because if it was very good, like I mentioned, you might find yourself subconsciously submitting to her. And that's definitely something you do not want to do as a king. That is definitely a place you do not want to find yourself as a king. And that is also why it is very important that you make sure you are a king. Build yourself to be a king that cannot be controlled by sex, because sex is one of the biggest tools women use for their manipulations and their tricks. So make sure you pay attention to that and never submit to a woman after the going down. Now, another thing you should never do after going down with a woman is become obsessed with impressing her. Yes, my kings. Now, this is another easy trap you can fall into even without the woman in question actually setting the trap herself. You'll find yourself after having a good time with a woman, especially once again, if it was a very good one, that you want to now impress her. You become very obsessed with making sure you do things that will impress her so that she can come again for more, so that you can always continue to have that good time with her. Then now you subconsciously get to that point where you'll be willing to do any and everything to impress her. And now what this does is it becomes very easy for that woman to manipulate you. That is if she's a manipulative woman. I am not saying every woman is manipulative. Some women might not take advantage of this situation even if they find out that you are so obsessed with making them happy, with doing what impresses them. They might still not take advantage of this. But most women, especially in our modern times, would definitely take advantage of that and would want you to do exactly what they want you to do, and even can become very demanding. And you, on the other hand, will find yourself always doing that because you are now obsessed with making sure you impress her so that you can always get that good time that you had with her. So yes, my kings, this is also something you have to make sure you pay attention to after going down with a woman, especially for the first time, so that you do not put yourself in a space where you can be easily manipulated by that woman. Another thing you should never do after going down with a woman is give her money. Yes, my kings, as crazy as this might sound, it is something you should definitely not do after going down with a woman, unless you went down with her on a business stage where the both of you know, okay, we've reached this agreement, you go down with me and you get this amount of money. But if it is not that, if it is a new relationship that the both of you are starting off together and then it is your first time going down with her, please resist every urge to give her money. This is because if you give money to a woman who is an opportunist, then she is going to make sure that before you get that coochie, before you get that good time, you would always pay money. And then it will become an issue in that relationship on the long run, because every time you want to go down with your woman, you literally have to pay for it, because now you've made her know that there is that thing where you can give her money every time you go down with her. But I know that there are some women who might not even mind. Even some women might not want to take the money if you give them money after going down with them for the first time, because they might see it as you insulting them or as you looking down on them. But it is very important that you pay attention to it and resist every urge to give her money after going down with her. You can do it later, maybe a few days later, or maybe a week later, some weeks later, or some weeks before. But after, immediately after, please resist every urge to give a woman money. Another thing you should never do after going down with a woman is give her your mind. Yes, my kings. What I mean by this is you letting her cloud your mind so much, letting thoughts of her fuel your mind so much that it is almost the only thing you always think about. Now, the reason why you have to pay attention to this is if you give a woman that space in your mind, you're going to get to a point where physically you would always want to be around her, give her more attention, show her more love. As this might not be bad, but a lot of women, especially in our modern times, can take this as an advantage. They can use this opportunity to do a lot of manipulations and set a lot of traps for you to fall in during that time. So that is why it is important that as much as you want to think about the good time you had, because I know especially when it was good, like it was a good time, you will have her in mind, but just make sure you control how much space and how much time you give her in your mind. Because like I mentioned, it will definitely manifest in the physical and you find yourself gravitating towards her more, thereby being more in her face, thereby also being too available, which will make it very easy for a manipulative woman to pick on and use it to manipulate and control you. So yes, my kings, make sure you pay attention to this and never give your mind too much to a woman after going down with her. Now, the last thing you should never do after going down with a woman on my list today is show her how impressed you were. Yes, my kings. And remember, I am talking about after going down with a woman for the first time. Don't do this to your woman whom you have known for a long time and the both of you have been doing your thing over and over again. Please show your woman how impressed you are and show her that she's doing her best and you're enjoying it. But for a woman you're doing it with for the first time, please hold every urge to show her how impressed you are. And this is because you are still getting to know her. It is the first time you're going down with her, which means the both of you are now in the early stages of the relationship. And if a woman is manipulative or an opportunist and she finds out that you are so impressed with her, she can't start using it against you. It will go against you so fast, so quickly that you will wonder if that was the same woman that you went down with and enjoyed your time with. That is why it is important that you make sure you don't show it. Of course, you can at least make sure you're a little available for her, but don't show her how impressed. Don't show her where she got you to, or, just simply how impressed you were with the time you spent with her. Make sure you can do your thing. You can feel it when you are alone, but make sure you hide it from her, at least for that early stage. Yes, my kings. So that's it for this video, my kings. These are 5 things you should never do after going down with a woman. Please do let me know if you found this video interesting and informative as well. Do well to subscribe if you haven't done that already. Turn on the notification bell, like this video, drop a comment down below, share this video with your family and friends, and see you in the next one.